Hello. 2 months. We got 2 months in. I'm still here somehow. How's everyone been? How's the weekends going? Yeah, I've not been too bad. I had a pretty productive day. Got loads of cleaning I should have got done last month. Did a load of shopping. Life is sorted. I have updates because I was getting a little annoyed, so I decided to power through in between streams. Let's begin. That's getting a lot. Let's dip that down. Let's go through to. So, firstly, I'm just going to jump into this screen. You might notice the little timer below has went up a bit. Yeah, but my leg was feeling a bit better, so I was just up and doing stuff while my leg wasn't too bad. It's been a bit iffy, but yeah, time has gone up to 22, 40, what are we on there, 45? We ended last stream on like 19. And just so it's here and documented, I did find a shiny Diglett in between because it was getting really annoying in the cave, and I was just doing some exercise in between, getting my steps in, which is why I'm in like compression top. But we got it. So I'm counting at least one for this stream. And I decided we called one Jolette. Let's just dip back to this. We called one Jolette, and that was a male, so obviously I had to go with Joel for the name. But we're now. So I'm not sure how I want to count it. I lost the Doug Trio, so I had to get the line for the Doug Trio in my head. This is how I was working it. I lost the Bronzong, so we got the line for that. So we got 2. Technically, I was going for Nidoking, but I never got the Nidoran to start with. So it's whether the jury's out on I need to catch 1 Nidoran for the reclaim, or because my ultimate goal was a Nidoking, do I have to get 3? And it's went on for a bit at this point. So I'm like, how much longer do I feel like doing it? Maybe. I guess it's just a point of like, I'll see how I feel as to how the video's gonna turn out pretty much. And that is Discord notifications for the stream. Maybe 3. If I go for more than 1, it's gonna be 3. There's gonna be no in between. But yeah, let's go to this. I've only like half set up stuff. Let's project my screen to there so I can see it. And yes, we're on the right screen. I'm still in this cave. But yeah, so do the whole thing. We got Sax. Jolette spelt wrong. Jolette. I do have water. I've also got coffee. Because I was just walking around. Usually I get like... Oh, game music might be loud because I had it for myself. I hire it up for me when I'm playing just so I can hear stuff, and if I hear like Digletts and that. Yeah, when I get my coffee and I'm shopping, I get different syrups. So today I've got pumpkin spice syrup in it just to see how that is. Which it's very much gingerberry, so I don't mind. But yeah, you got Sax, Jolette, Sax with an X, and Joel, who, just as a bit of a palate cleanser, yeah, I noticed it was pumpkin spice season when 1, that was on the shelf for syrups, but 2, all the Halloween decorations were up or like for sale, which God knows I got the excuse last year. Yeah, and CX. It'll still have to be like Gen 4. Which might be the hunt after this. Like, after this whole thing, I might just go PaneyeRewind or Happini. Where we go? Yeah, Cerulean Cave. I'm just trying to remember where I was going. I'm going all the way up here. Which, oh my god, we're back to the PaneyeRewind, I just realised. Because it's the only place to get it. I can't get it in the, annoyingly, Gen 1 game. Actually, I can get it in Gen 2. But I feel like because it was introduced in Gen 4, that's a bit more of an origin. Hey, what's up, Llama? How's it going? Oh, I can fly, can't I? I don't need to go through the tunnels. Yeah, before we start, I'm going to go evolve the Dog Trio. Or should I wait for all the evolutions at the end? That's an option. I think that is the option. I'm still going to go to Cerulean City. But, going... What's the cave called? Dark Cave? Rock Cave? Why am I forgetting? Because I'm actually going to go to the original place I was trying to hunt it. Which it's going to be... This is weirdly one of the hunts I remember the most, even though it was such an AFK hunt. And I'm going to check my bag beforehand. I'm actually going to stock up with Pokeballs. No, the one just after... Oh, 1 second. It would happen just as a start. Yeah, I got slightly distracted and the timer is going. We just caught the first one, so technically I'm still sort of right. But I was pointing out with the Bellsprout. The Bellsprout's technically not new, but Ninetales and Dodrio, or the Ninetales and Dodrio, got to level 100, so that is the only shiny I've got now to get to level 100. So I guess we'll see how that goes now. But we've got the first one of the catch combo. Oh, and just for reference, the other... God, this is the bit I hate about this area, is you do actually get a fair few spawns. The Diglett, after breaking the whole 999 combo, I got off to 230. Which is in normal odds, technically. Considering my others have been about like 250. Like around there-ish. Yeah, that was... I was just calling up to check in. She usually does. She's like, you're never on your own, you know. Let's just see how you are. Making sure you're sane. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Not quite sane, but that's usual. Yeah, you'd think, but one of my hunts went over 1,000, although not quite as good odds as the catch combo method. Still, I think it was... Oh, it was the one I posted the other day, 1,320-ish. Yeah, you posted the emotes and gave the look. Hopefully the emote you posted this stream gave the look, because you posted a lot last stream and there was probably some overflow. Yeah, fingers crossed, touch wood. If this is one stream, I might just end it there. Because if I get it this stream, then it means I've got 2 videos in the bank, like footage-wise, to just start editing. And I've started collecting and scripting bits of the camping video. I don't know how that's still got a great one. Which, weirdly, the hardest thing was figuring out how to start a video like that when I'm like, I have no connection to anything else. Because at least the alchemy video would add a connection to the Living Dex one. Or 3 in 1 stream if I'm really lucky, but I don't think I'm going that long. And I'm hoping I do. Like, not go that long but get the 3. Oh, and also, in between streams, not that this makes much of a difference, but I have finally bought the DLC. So, that's the thing that I'm all prepped for now. To literally get on stream on the Wednesday and finish it in one night. Which, annoyingly, I was like, maybe, because I've got like 5 hours, like, toil in work. Maybe not 24-hour because I've got to drive down to London the next day. But maybe we'll see, because depending on how long the DLC is, I want to try and do the decks as well. But yeah, that day I was like, maybe I can just do like a half day where I can jump on stream really early. No, I've got to take pictures at an event that day, or like take some video of an event. Yeah, we'll see what time I end up leaving. But yeah, that will probably be a day of maybe even pick some food up on the way home. Like, order something from a takeaway, pick it up, get in, straight on stream, play the DLC and smash through it. Yeah, going to a wedding in Kent on the Thursday. Got to be there by the afternoon to check in. So, logistically I can't do a 12. Well, maybe 12 hour. I will need to get some sleep in for that long drive, or just dose myself up with a shit ton of caffeine, which I'm not opposed to. But yeah, hopefully I can get the decks done in that time, because I've got enough practice, and going through doing decks is now, they don't take as long once you like you know certain things to do. I'm just not sure how many video ideas I want to like stock up on there, because after that I'll have essentially 3 videos to start editing, which for someone who's done an editing degree, I'm really out of practice with it, and I'm not sure if I just need to change how I actually make them. Because I feel like I just need to start scripting instead of getting ideas and story beats together. Because that's kind of how I do it. I'll sort of collect like the main beats and like, I guess, the bullet point list of want to be included in the video. I'd be safe. I can always stop off on the way. Rest stops are there for a reason, and they have many forms of caffeine in them, whether it's Monster or coffee or literally they just inject it into your veins. I wouldn't be surprised. But I do want to finish the decks, because it should only be, in theory, about, if it's the same as Sword and Shield, 200-ish Pokemon. And it depends how many of them are actually catchable in the decks. Because I think the base decks for Scarlet and Violet, is it... Oh, I might be mixing it up because I've been playing a fair few different games. I feel like the coffee is something I don't need to promote. Like, we have the coffee emote. Plus, Magikarp, Swallow and Brown seems a little bit 2 girls, 1 cup-ish. Just saying. Literally. I think. I'm trying to remember whether I want to say the Magikarp, the Gyarados now, is a girl. I think so. Which, after I finish that video and it goes up, I might update that emote to be a Gyarados. Yeah, I've been watching some like throwback, like this was the internet sort of videos, and that just randomly came up. Or not like this was the internet. I think it was. Who was it? Who recently? Smosh recently bought the channel back, but they've been doing like director's commentary sort of stuff for some of their old videos. Wait, if you couldn't tell the fact that I was thinking about doing that for the Living Decks. I think that was one of the subconscious places I robbed it from. Plus, I think Absol Blogs did it for one of his movies, which was actually the place where I consciously wanted to take that idea from. And I think I also robbed it from him because he was shiny hunting in the middle of it. And I was like, ooh, I could do that as well. I could work on my Living Decks while I'm just doing some commentary stuff. I'm really paranoid now that one of the flying Pokemon is gonna be a shiny, but I feel like the sparkles will tell me, and that was a lucky Nidoran that I went into. Yeah, as long as I put my own spin on it. I mean, director's commentary stuff, I feel like you can't really put your own spin on it, but you're also, as long as you're only doing it to your own content and it's not just reaction stuff, I feel like that's fine. What? Oh, he sent me a message that made no sense. He was just forwarding a message, my dad, from the guy doing my garden. So, from the sounds of it, potentially this week, garden's going to be finished. What date is it this week? What date's this Friday? Wait. The date this Friday? Because I know I'm going next week. But I might get to see my garden done before I leave. This Friday is the 8th. It was, people always say like the Wild West is sort of a bit of a joke, don't they? But it quite literally was. And you can look back in like nostalgia glasses. Oh, am I clicked in or off? No, I'm clicked off. I was like, why is the frame rate low? Yeah, and one's like Ray William Johnson, who disappeared for ages, but then came back on shorts. Pretty big. He was like a blast from the past. Hey! Bud's back with the second month. The second month of the tier 3. Oh, I don't know why the tier 3 reminded me. Oh, I know why it reminded me, because I was looking up stuff. And I was thinking of ideas. Server-wise stuff. Oh, wait, shit, I'm... Wait. Oh, shit! Oh, I hope you're okay. Like, that's serious. Like, that's maybe as serious as it gets. Hopefully I can be a nice distraction, because I understand not liking hospitals in the slightest. They may be the worst place to send me, so if I can be a distraction, maybe, hopefully. Oh, yeah. I mean, silver linings. At some point you need like a fall sensor on you or something. Because if no one's around, that's some scary shit to have to deal with. Sorry, just take that in. I knew you had problems. I didn't know it was stuff to do with like heart issues and that. But make the most of it. Make lemon out of your lemonade. Make lemonade out of your lemons. Don't make lemon out of your lemonade. Don't take things backwards. And just take the excuse to play some games while no one can bother you and tell you to do other stuff. Yeah, literally. Yeah, all in all, I've had a pretty good productive weekend. Actually getting another side note, getting better with my diet. So, how do I explain this without seeming like I'm mental? I know I have tendencies to like snack a bit too much, or maybe like binge, or like just I'm great to give myself excuses. Also, Bellsprout's gonna evolve, so you'll notice. Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll notice the little elastic band on my arm. I've kind of been Pavloving myself. No, a girl didn't give it to me, sadly. It's not like a... Ray, you might remember this from school, like shag bands. It's not one of them. Yeah, I can imagine my brother was bad enough after like seizures and the just constant tension. But yeah, so I've been Pavloving myself with an elastic band. Like anytime I think about like snacking when I really shouldn't be, or I'm like, maybe I just want a bit more and I know I shouldn't be having like a bigger portion of a meal. I should just have the normal portion. It's a way of, one, getting myself to actively think, why do I want it? Because that's a big thing of like, I've made some bad mental connections to, I'm a bit stressed at the minute, I just want like a snack. Sort of thing. Or like just something sweet. Especially considering, just full transparency, I've only stopped smoking in like the past few weeks. A super effective gift just when we need it. I need to introduce the crit. Oh, wait. Okay, Evie's just give me something. Beach glass. Waves have rounded the... Okay. Yeah, it got a bit stressful, and I always say I'm like a social smoker, but sometimes stress gets a lot, and that comes into it as well. But yeah, since I couldn't just like do that for like 5 minutes and like take a mind break, snacking started to come into it, and food became that filler. So whenever those thoughts pop up, literally, I mean, they're actually going away because I'm thinking less about it, but I'll flick the band. Just like a little bit of pain. And that's what I mean by like Pavloving myself. So I'll have thoughts of being like, oh, what if we just like go out and grab snacks now? And then instead of contemplating it, I go, oh, that was one of those thoughts. And flick the band. And I've actually caught myself half thinking those thoughts now because my brain's like preempting the pain of it. Like, it's not a big pain, but it's enough that my brain's going, no, don't. Sort of thing. It's actually kind of funny. It's going, maybe I should... I'm like, what was I about to think? Like, I actually confused myself. And it's been great. I'm not sure it'll work for everyone, and you do need a bit of that, like... I've explained this, but the retrospective view of the whole situation so it doesn't get very eating disordery. It's something that I've done. I weirdly feel like oh yeah, that was the main reason I'd do it, because it was one thing like when I was really in shape and I could kind of get away with it. I'd be like, oh, I just need something sweet, but I was really good with my habits and like had, what do you call it, I had good discipline with it. So I would just have that small little sweet bit of sugar just to give my body like a little kickstart when I was ill. Because my body was working on like single figure body fat percentage. Definitely not that now. But yeah, as long as you only keep it to those specific thoughts that you try and get out, and it works with habits. Whether... Oh, almost spilled my coffee. So hay fever wise, if I was gonna... This is actually where it started. I got really bad hay fever when I was younger. And then as I got older, it got better, but still it would kick off just as much as it would when I was younger. That's what I'd be like. I'd go out and get snacks for like 3 days and eat them in one. So I've now started getting the rule of like, I won't buy snacks in for the house myself anymore. I got myself like, and if I do buy snacks, it's healthier snacks. Like trying to keep to what I was saying ages ago. Whereas on like no sugar month, now I'm on low sugar month, it's like, it's just try and make those snacks healthier. Which it was a good thing to do. It's got me on healthier thinking habits. It is that thing, that's what I mean, like mental connections. People have a connection of like, when I'm ill, I just need to eat the worst of foods rather than like eating the foods that help. And I'm guilty of it as well. I'm not trying to like act like I'm holier than thou. It's like, no, I'm saying this from a point of like, I know what it's like. But yeah, my hay fever, literally nowhere near as bad. Because just one summer while I was in work, I just did the same thing, just kept an elastic band on my wrist. Although, when it's something like an involuntary reaction, like wanting to itch your eyes, I went through a few elastic bands with that. They did snap a little bit. But, like, literally this summer, even though it has been, like, really rainy as well, it's probably helped. my hay fever hasn't been nearly as bad in the last few years. Just because there's things that will kick it off, like anywhere around your eyes or like rubbing your nose. If I started to get those sorts, flick the band and then my brain would go, okay, don't do it, because there are two forms of pain that are going to come from this. There's the little, like, basically a pinch pain, and then the long-term pain of like, I can't do anything, and just being like a horrible swollen mess. Genuinely, Pavloving yourself. It's annoying, but it gets results quick. And hopefully it helps, because like I say, I've got the wedding coming up. I'm trying to get really in shape. Not really in shape for that, but just way better in shape. I've also started back up in the gym, because my membership started back up the 2nd. I've been told about this. I am very reluctant to go to doctors, but I do need to also make an appointment soon for other things that I want to get sorted. I'm just really bad because I've never had to sort anything like that. I also weird. I don't want to call it anxiety, but sorry, just I'm collecting a few thoughts together there. That's why the hammer like yeah, I want to go to the doctor to sort other things that may need prescribing, but also I am very stubborn. Oh, I got it terrible until I started doing all this stuff. Oh, Weeping Bell evolves by Leafstone, doesn't it? Although, actually, I'm going to do that at level 100. Or if I get the shiny. Yeah. So, doctors-wise, if I don't have to go, I won't go. Anything prescribed, I'll try not to take it, because I feel like one thing that helped me get over hay fever was just trying not to take the hay fever tablets, and that sounds really counterproductive. Because people have told me I was stupid for a while, and only when it would really kick off and I was basically locked inside because I couldn't do anything would I then take a tablet. But I tried not to for ages, and me and my brother basically had the same severity of hay fever. But mine got better a lot quicker than his did, because I feel like I started to build up either good mental patterns or like an immunity, whatever it was. Something solved it. Not completely solved, but I just started getting better. And that mindset follows through to everything. If I've got a headache, depending on how bad that I need to stop. We're doing good on the hug today. Yeah, if I've got a headache, depending on how bad the headache is, I'll try and bear through. Although recently I've just had to take headache tablets because it is something else. Like I said, I need to get sorted. I don't fully know what it is, so I don't want to diagnose myself. That's why I need to go to the doctors. The itchy thing, I feel like I kind of get, but I feel like that's more of like a... Yeah. What am I thinking? Your body's natural reaction, I guess. Like the heating up sort of fever reaction. I don't know. I feel like everything's the same. I feel like it's one of those better the devil you know sort of things. Because I don't know if Canada's healthcare is free. And enlighten us. Because if ours are free, then I mean ours are free for us. Then that's clearly the better option. Yeah, but that's because in America you pay. It works literally the same over here. We have the free bits of healthcare, but if you pay for healthcare, it gets way better. Like America has no choice but to pay, but because they pay, it will genuinely most likely be better. Because the moment you have to pay for stuff, people are also more likely to kick off. And people will kick off when they're healthy and they have to pay for stuff. So never mind if they're unhealthy and they just want to be better and they're paying. Yeah, I need to call my doctors at some point to make an appointment. Hey, how's it going, Majora? That is... Oh, have I spelled the coffee emote wrong? Yeah, you're back down with the plebs. The normies. No, definitely not. Oh, the verse not very effective. Yeah, especially like digestion wise, it could be something like, I'm obviously not a doctor, don't take my advice, it's just my best guess. Hopefully it's some kind of reaction in your body that can be diagnosed. Hey, at least it's super effective one way. I mean, yeah, I will try and solve all your problems in the worst way possible. Yep, just there. Yeah, hopefully you can get something diagnosed and it's digestive wise, because diet wise, it just takes ages to sort. Like, just figure out, because it's a lot of just notes and restricting diet for bits and all that kind of stuff. That would be so funny, because it'd be a fair few, yeah, at this point a fair few people would be like, hang on a minute, you said you were, and I'd be like, I'm not, just for the green card. Yeah, the DLC is out on the 13th. Which I am... It depends on the day. I might jump on in the morning, just to get bits done. In my flat? I'm sorry, I paid for a house. I don't know why I felt weirdly defensive about that. I have a house with a kitchen and a loft and floors. I was very stubborn because I've done the whole flat living thing and I just can't. Yeah, that is an odd thing. Yeah, I was stubborn about not moving into a flat because I realised through uni, yeah, it would have been a big polyamorous relationship. Oh, God, yeah. Open all the best for you on that front. But yeah, Jory constantly with the, wait! Ah, you have your Pokeballs. They've been updated, they're no longer bubbles. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can unlock 7.6k balls. I knew that would come up, them being called balls. What was I gonna say? Yeah, in uni, just living on one floor, I weirdly found depressing. Like, or just, I didn't feel as good until I got to like the third year. We moved into a house and I was like, for some reason having a separation with bedrooms upstairs and living area downstairs just mentally was nice. I just had space, basically. Coffee may not be because it's animated, unfortunately. Overpopulated. China's just like, we need your problems. You got the hydrate one. It's alright, just keep watching. You'll eventually have all of them except the animated ones. Oh, Ray's been putting in the work. Ray's been saving them once he found out about the catch all the gender variances with restrictions idea. It's like, oh well, I'm saving these up now. You did have the awkward thing with having multiple streams open at once, though, didn't you? I feel like he's past you just because sometimes you were here, it wasn't counting. Oh yeah, sorry. I still need to do that. I want to make little icons for them, which is why they're not in there yet. Oh, I thought that unlocked permanently. So I've actually got that higher because I thought it unlocked permanently. So I was like, let's make it worth it. I think I can actively change that though. I change after stream to lower it. I put it to the smart pricing, whatever that means. So you can unlock more per stream. I think, what is it right now to unlock an emote? Send a message. Modify an emote, choose an emote. It's at 1,000. I feel like by default it's at like 500. Yeah, I don't know what it picked up there. I wish I could give you a free subscription, by the way, but it's just that cost me money. And I'm trying to work on server logistics, which is the only thing that might cost me money towards a stream other than stuff that I'd have anyway. It's already 25% off now, isn't it? That is true. Don't want to sound like a typical Twitch streamer. Oh, right. Weird that I mean, I guess it's kind of smarter to leave it till the end. But yeah, I hate to sound like a typical Twitch streamer, but to connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account and you get the free Twitch sub or Twitch Prime sub. And if I'm right, you still get the emotes and all that, like a normal sub. And why not use it on my channel? Because, you know, narcissism is great. Yeah. You already have been doing the other half of the stream and I'm just like, oh, I feel dirty. Yeah, like I was saying, hopefully soon you'll get some benefits. And if you can think of anything that would make subscribing worth it, because right now I feel like it's just throwing money at me. Because the idea, I've finally found the logistics. Yeah, £5 for what, like an hour's work? I don't know what child labour laws are like in Sweden, but, you know, I feel like they're probably better than like everywhere else in the world, to be honest. If anywhere's locked down child labour laws, it would be Sweden. That's it. Now we just need that to come up in like testimonials at the bottom. Which I still need to, speaking of the stuff below, I need to update the little emotes thing. There's so many more now. So many more emotes, little high emotes gone. I swapped that for all the new ones. Oh, I need to update the Charmander one. I keep forgetting to do that. The Charmander needs to fall in line with the Lull and the Bulbasaur. Yeah, server stuff, what I worked out. Because it was what I was racking my mind about. And I finally found something that does exactly what I need it to. So basically... I mean... I don't know how it works, but most places, as long as your mum and dad are fine with it, they're just like, okay, cool. He wants to work and mum and dad say it's okay. Yeah, I'd still keep that separate. And I might look into a place to like make that a little badge eventually. That'd be after making other bits of merch. Yeah, no worries. So, what I was racking my brain about for the server, it was just making it all automated, so I didn't have to like be there 24/7 if anyone like subscribed, or like if I was in the middle of a stream having to whitelist people so they could get on straight away. If I was, say, when I eventually swap my computer, if I'm on and people want to jump on the server with me, I didn't want to constantly have to whitelist people. Just have people be able to jump on, or if it's in between streams. Apparently there's a plugin for Discord called Discord SRV, which basically can connect to the server and give you like, when you try to log in, it'll say message an account with a code, and it'll link your Discord account with your Minecraft account. And then, because it has those linked, I can get it to check your role in the server. And because I've got the connection linked between my Twitch account and the server, it knows if you're a Twitch subscriber. So if it detects that your account's linked and you're a Twitch subscriber, it'll automatically whitelist you, and I won't have to do a thing. And I'll just host it separately and just pay for that for every month. Just keep it live if people are using it. And it gives me an excuse to jump on and play Minecraft a bit. But that will probably be a next month thing. But legit, like, I found that all out today. Because I was like, I might have to use 2 plugins to do it. And so many different workarounds. I was like, nope, this means I don't have to get people to sign up to a dodgy third-party server, or like go on a dodgy third-party site, because that plugin just connects it within Discord, basically through my bot. I was so happy to figure that out today. Just an all-in-one solution. It was so satisfying. But that may be potentially not this month, maybe a next month thing, or the month after. I might set that up. Ideally, I'd also like to do it when I can jump on and like do an extra day on stream playing on there. That would also mean the baby has to be updated or upgraded, and I don't have that money. Well, I do. I don't have that money spare to spend. And I have car insurance coming up, which I'd like to pay in one lump sum. So we'll see how that goes. What price that ends up coming out at. Because your boy's had a car accident, that was his fault this year. So that's going to shoot up, and I don't know how much it's going to be. Yeah, I'm bad with it, but I'm drinking. So everybody has to be at least minimum bar better than me. Which isn't asking a lot. If you've had 1 glass of water today, you're on par with me, and that's low. Hey, welcome back. I'm ready to be background noise to Baldur's Gate. I need to just start loading. I've got I don't know why my water bottle's down there and not like in the kitchen or on my desk. But I need to start filling up a water bottle instead. I'll end up filling like a pint glass, and it's just, it empties too quick. Because you'll notice when I do drink, I drink like a fish. That sounds vaguely like a threat. I'll be watching you drink. I'll see every sip, every drop. Because I have a certain set of skills. Just full on Nathan Statham it. It's an order veiled in a threat. Kinda like a military drill sergeant. It's like, I'm telling you to do this. But if you don't do it, there will also be a punishment. No, let's mess around with channel points. Yeah, I guess. That is true. You drink like a fountain, so it's all just coming out instead of in. Let's start the prediction for Shiny this stream. Let's leave it at... You know what? Let's go 20 minutes. It would fit with your role. Or one of your many roles that you've taken on for some reason. All the balls. That's risky. I hope you've bet in the right way. Let's open this up. I want to see whether you have confidence. Only 100, not even like 1,000. We got a while before we get to the other stream. It's the bubbles, but basically I'd just rename them to Pokeballs. But if you go on the prediction, you can start betting. Yeah, to be honest, I was like, maybe I just leave the prediction unchecked and it would have give you them back. But I was like, nope, we need to uphold honesty on this channel. I'm clicking no that we didn't find the shiny. It's only 1k points. You made them back anyway, didn't you, that stream? You broke even, if not, got more. Yeah, betting the points, if you go to the top of the chat, I think, just click the predict button. Pancorp. Oh, I feel like there's a game that I called myself Pancorp in. Or like set something up and called it Pancorp. Probably playing like a mod pack or something. Although, if I start Satisfactory, that is definitely what it would be called. Pancorp, where we just produce fine kitchenware. That is odd. What the man say? If we go and predict. I mean, I can't predict on my own thing. Yeah, I don't know. You've had this before, haven't you? Which is odd. I don't know why it just doesn't let you. Okay, that's how I get rid of it. Nope, nope, sorry, struggling with chat. There we go. What are you watching on? Are you watching on desktop or mobile? Like iPad or phone? And I just looked at where you bet. You have too much confidence every time. I know it's only 100 points, but that's too much confidence. 100 balls on yes. I'll load it up on my phone and see. Because because I'm on Android, so it should look the same. I just need to not go to my my dashboard, and potentially might hear myself. So brace. Wait. Try not to hit my face. You know what? I'll take it. It makes absolutely no sense, but I'll take it. Let's just go on a random stream, I guess. Or mine, I guess. I'll load up the chat. Stream manager, chat. I can't help, I don't know which stream will have a prediction. No worries, enjoy the lake, although I think the lake bit needs to go either on its own or first. But enjoy the lake anyway. Enjoy Baldur's Gate. Very jealous. People have been pointing out this year has been so good. Yeah, you're betting something even if that something is nothing. It's a thought that counts. But yeah, this year's been so good for games. Because one of my things I've been watching is people streaming Starfield because I was so excited for that game. I just can't run it. So, best know if I update my PC, that it's the first game I am buying and playing. We've had Starfield, Baldur's Gate, everyone's raved about. And to be fair, those two games would just sell me anyway. I can't actually remember off the top of my head others. I know we had... Was God of War end of last year or start of this year? I don't know. But yeah, those two games, I'm so excited to actually be able to play at some point. Like I say, depending on how car insurance prices come out, depends on how quick I end up getting them. It's so what my window's open as well. It's just been so warm today. Although, to be fair, I was getting that shiny Diglett was right before stream, so the fact that I was like getting steps in and exercising in this room probably does not help the heat. The computers were warm the room up, so I need to relax on throwing them up. He has the same pattern as Diglett, so I just need to wait for the first attack. But yeah, computers heated up the room. Exercise has heated up the room, and there's only one window. Plus the upstairs of my house tends to get a lot warmer for obvious reasons, because, you know, heat rises. I literally walk downstairs and I can feel the temperature difference. And I didn't realise today, because I was just sorting the house out and putting like stuff away that probably should have been put away way earlier. Like all my camping bits, putting them away in the attic. I went up in the attic, it is unbearable. And I was thinking about like boarding the whole thing out, basically, and getting rid of some of the eaves to make like walkable space, and potentially put like a craft space up there with some exercise equipment. And just, that's not going to happen. The attic is unfeasible to do anything in. It is not a habitable space, as the council would like to designate it. Because I'm used to it. I've only ever really, I mean, the last time I put stuff up there was a suitcase and like Christmas decorations. So obviously, like, middle of winter, I was like, this is freezing. So it doesn't hold heat. Well, it holds heat really well, but also gets really cold. Like, you're not winning with that room. purely just a storage space. Maybe a craft space. Oh, God. I feel like I've either drank that coffee too quick or water's giving me hiccups. I will get the thing I was working on after I catch this. Wait for it to attack. Attack. Or jump. No, you're going to attack now. Attack. Come on. I'm going to throw it. It's going to attack. No. It was really just taking its time. So my Switch still looks the same from the front. But with the new Mario Switch being released, it reminded me, I was like, oh yeah, there's still something I wanted to do. And I did my whole, you saw it in the Discord. But here's a nice, I guess, 3D view of it. Nice matte back, and the red matches the controllers because I got it from the same space, the kickstand. And it's just, it's so clean. I love it. No Nintendo branding. And it's kind of like, where am I? Oh, I'm still on. I was looking at the stream preview instead of, oh, the stream instead of the preview. There's hidden branding. So I've got the, I've got a little JP under the kickstand. Well, we've got the opposite side now. You bet 1 point. Yeah, that'll happen, unfortunately. It's the ad in the stream basically stops anyone jumping in getting a pre-roll ad. So it's the lesser of two evils for discoverability. That is true. Oh wait, Majora, now you're popping up with like you've predicted 1. Or like you predicted yes. So you genuinely did bet 0. And to be fair, that's just smart, but like if you had those odds in real life, anyone will take them, like a 1 to 100. Where it's still a 50-50 chance. It's a no-brainer. And then you'll always know 100 of those points will have been raised. Apparently so, because you've got the little 1 next to your name for the prediction. Which also took me way too long to realise. I'll get a shiny this stream so you can split that 1 point with Ray. Don't demand me, start threatening the game. The game's who you need to coerce. You get a free half a point. Free points. I just realised also you must get 3 points. All points are technically free. All it costs is your valuable time. Which technically... Wait. Okay, if we're working off that logic, by the way, are they free? Because your time's worth something. Whether it's that time watching ads or like if people don't watch ads and you subscribed, you're then also paying for it. Yeah. Wait. So will it split that amount evenly? So if you guess the right side, but there's only 1. Oh, that's weird. So I just worked out what you said. So technically, Ray is only ever losing this if it does split it because of the way Majora's managed to break the whole system. And I love that you're just using the points to get the emotes. Love it. Need to... Wait. Okay, I'm gonna not see the stream for a second. Viewer rewards. Channel points. Yeah. I mean, it took me a second to realise what you actually said. Manage rewards and challenges. Oh, that's a Rattata instead. Where's the one that I turned off? What? Oh, I see. It looks a bit different to the phone version. Modify single emote. Right. Let's turn on... Oh. Smart cost is on for that. Choose an emote. Turn on smart cost. Okay, that's come way down for you, Majora. Unlock a random sub emote. Okay, if it's saved properly, that should have come way down in channel points costs. Considering it does only let you do it for a single stream. Yeah, if anything, we'll call it like a clean sub. Yeah, it brought it down a bit. Because I shoved the price way up because I thought it was like forever basically. But if I put it at smart cost, just let that justify everything. Brought it way down. Means you get to save on points and spend them on restrictions later. Or requesting songs. Just need to make little emote type icons for those channel point redemptions. What do they call them? God damn it, Ratsky. Channel point rewards. I mean, I would give it a solid go. Considering I challenge what it... They're engaged now. I challenge someone who's going to be... Not my sister-in-law, actually. My cousin's fiance. I'm not going to try and work out what that relationship is in terms of shorthand names. Professional singer by trade. It comes to Bohemian Rhapsody on the high pitch section. I go for and give it the beans. And I can match her. Oh, anything in Spanish. Oh my god. I feel like I'd need to separate. If that started happening, they would be separated out instantly. Be like, song requests. Non-English song requests. Because there are bits of songs that I learn. Bits of songs I can get away with. Like, I can fully sing along to La Bamba. Not sing any of the right words, but the words I do sing will sound right. They just won't actually be Spanish words. I do really want to get back into, like, practicing singing now. Because I'm a bit out of practice. My voice is naturally getting a bit better now that I've been kind of consciously doing it. But not just singing, like practicing music in general. But it would just be, okay, so, Macarena, but only the singing. And just to make it even more enjoyable, it'll be monotonous singing. Just sitting there, just like, 1, Maca 2, Maca 3, Macarena. Maca 4, Maca 5, Maca 6, Macarena. A Macarena. No backing music or anything. Oh, and... No. I was going to say, the songs you posted in Discord, by the way, Ray. Didn't realise Bring Me the Horizon's new stuff was that good. And the acoustic one, actually not that hard. Just getting some of the intonation. So it might be a solid suggestion for when I actually put in the channel point rewards. Oh, I misread that, but I kind of got the gist. I was like, I misread Fearless Feet anyway. That's just me skim reading while I'm trying to look for shinies. Just got feet on the mind, you know, as always. It's okay. The costs come down so you're not... Wow, I just had teenage voice crack. The costs come way down so you're not wasting nearly as many points. It's on discount so you can buy twice as much. I get no benefit from it, so I mean, do what you want as well. Just like a junkie. You bought one. Yeah, you buy one, you get one free. I said you buy one, you get one free. Come down to Windows and Doors Warehouse tonight. Buy one window, get another one absolutely free. I don't know why. That is so ingrained in my psyche. I know there's like local business, like television ads from back in the day in America all over the place. I feel like that is the closest the UK got to any like the American style ones, like car dealership ads and that kind of thing. What are some of the other ads? Thinking about it. I know there's definitely some that as a... I was such a like sucker for advertising as a kid. Because I remember just like, oh, I remember what this advert was about. And I remember the number to the advert and like just heard weirdly quite a core childhood memory. I was just like watching TV like in my mum and dad's bed. Just like tucked in, all cozy as a kid, and I was like, "Oh, if you need that doing, you can go to this place or you call this number." Like, I don't know why that sunk in, and I actively made an effort to remember the number, which just says why like YouTube and everything is just tailored towards kids. No worries. You're just affirming that I am Mr. Even though it makes no difference if I'm married or not. It's your version of my name because everyone apparently has their own version of my name. We got Pan TM, Mr. Pan. You got Pan without the TM because Bud's claimed the one with the TM. It's his trademark on my name. We've had a couple. I'm sorry, we've had Bud being the man of many names, but I may slowly be taken over with the names I'm accruing. I just haven't officially changed my name. Just because I like my nice clean name. It's never going to change. Oh, I thought I would have got the grate on that one. We're not looking good so far. Probably got like 45 minutes left on this. Oh. Because my username is pretty much wrong. My username is pretty much my last name but spelt phonetically. I just annoy my whole family by changing my second name by default to Paneye. But I spent this was something that I spent so long as a kid. Because like I've said, I wanted to be like a YouTuber when I was a kid. And that fully died. Like right now I'm a content creator by definition alone. Because that is now what people want to be and not just a YouTuber. Because you got stuff like Twitch and everything. Or like TikTok and Instagram. And all that kind of thing. People now want to be content creators. but I am that by definition alone. I don't consider myself a content creator. But yeah, as a kid, wanted to be a YouTuber. Spent so long trying to think of a nice, neat name. So I went through so many and I had terrible names. I actually had an old YouTube channel, a couple old YouTube channels. Yeah, just I saw in the papers it'll just be in like the small print that my name gets changed to Pan. Just for you. One of those minor stipulations when you read between the lines. Okay, so I'm curious to hear what everyone's old usernames used to be. But if I go to like, I remember my first YouTube username. It's like JMP Megavids. Like you can tell what year it was when I came up with that name. Painting. Just life. Like this is my new dance painting and it's just me sitting in the chair just going, oh, I'm gonna die. That is the point of life. Existential pain. What was some of the others? I remember I had basically my second name and the year I made the email for that. Yeah, it was email because I made the email before I made my Xbox Live account. And it's kind of made them both match. So I had like Paneye09 at, I think it was hotmail.com. So that also tells you when I made it. And then that also became my Xbox Live handle. Then changed my Xbox Live handle to Bushy Goodness. Just for a laugh, and then realised I didn't want to pay to change it back, so that was my username, and still is my username to this day. Bushy Goodness with 2 zeros for O's. See, that's a lot better. Like, PaneyeRewind was actually quite neat-ish. It's still name and numbers, and not quite neat. People love it. A lot more neater. Then, what else did I have? For some reason, I thought... I really don't know what I was thinking for this. But when I was first getting my computer, and I was like, oh, I might start making YouTube videos and stuff now that I actually can. And I was making a Guild Wars 2 account at the time as well. Like, I wanted all my accounts to be called the same thing. For some reason, thought the Randy Turtle was a great name. Did someone put 7.9 into the predictions? What? Is that like a last minute submission? Yeah. Okay. Who also bet on no? Because that is almost 8k on no. Which I think you're probably going to be right. The irony if I find one in the next few encounters. Just end stream, done, claim it back. Nah, I'm going for this. You gave me drive to prove you wrong. Yeah, just going through other names. So, I'm up to the Randy Turtle. Yeah, I'm streaming until I find the shiny now. Forget the fact that I've got an hour drive in the morning. I'm doing it until it happens. Which, to be fair, I get a load more spawns here, so there is still potential. It's not like the Diglett Cave where it was like more chances than Diglets. Like, what combo are we up to? Almost 100. Yeah, got the Randy Turtle. And then I feel like the one after that, because I left it a while for names, I did just end up on Paneye, Paneye, depending on the platform, and then it was It's Paneye or Paneye underscore. Like, I feel like that was from the age of about 17, 18. So 8, 9 years ago. Which is weird to think I've had that name for so long. 8, 9 years of Paneye, technically. Which, actually, no, that makes sense looking at my old YouTube videos. 'Cause I feel like I landed on that name and then not too long after started doing videos. Which I still need to make sure they're backed up and then delete them off the channel so I don't have to actually look at babyface me. Little 18-year-old me, first year of uni, doing Let's Plays that really weren't all that good. Or at least I wasn't. I say they're not that good because I wasn't making stories out of them, and that's what I kind of I've said this a few times. That's what I enjoy about what I currently do. It was just like oh hey, we're gonna jump on, and I do feel like the VODs and Twitch is interesting for the whole like documenting everything I do in a game sort of thing. Because that's what always interested me when I was younger. I was like, well, what if we just record and upload it? Or like seeing people like, let's play a Minecraft series. I was like, all that is documenting. They can go through and see the progression, and that was really interesting. Now that's just long plays on YouTube or like Twitch VODs and stuff like that. Where YouTube has become very... I feel like YouTube's matured with its audience. So now it's a lot more manicured, sort of deliberate content. And the stuff that was just more documenting a process. But like just documenting it, no fancy cuts or trying to like make it interesting, is not doing as well anymore, sadly. It has its place, it's just not as big. Mainly because also short attention spans, they're what you need to cater for your audience. Because I will say until my dying breath, kids run the world, because kids will complain to parents if they don't get what they want. So kids spend the parents' money as well as parents spending the parents' money, and it's easier to get a kid to want something than it is for an adult to justify spending the money. If that makes any sense. I guess. Like, if it's not a lot of money, adults will kind of spend it willy-nilly, but adults also want more expensive things. Like me thinking of getting a new computer, I'm like, if I want that... Oh, wait. I've only just looked at the timer. We're coming up to 24 hours. Yeah, it's like if I want to save up $1.5 grand for a new computer, I need to not buy a load of those smaller things. But like, oh, but I really want it. Like, I really could have done without spending the extra money to get the kickstand and the backplate for the Switch. And that would have been a little bit less time waiting to save it for the computer. But then again, AO, short-term happiness over long-term gains. The opposite of how I treat my health, which is, I just realised I'm fully like reclined position, like off to the side of the camera. Hey, 24 hours. There we go. I tried to reclaim all my shiny Pokemon in 24 hours. You got the video title. You also know the challenges fail. Yeah. With money, I am very much the opposite. Well, I'm good at saving, but opposite of how I treat my health. Which is, I will deal with pain now to look better in the long term and feel better in the long term. Because it did actually surprise some people, because I'm not big by any means. I'm relatively in shape. I'm just not as in shape as I used to be. I'm surprised I got that. But occasionally I do like to show off. So, one lad in work, he's been on, and all respect to him, he's rarely cut himself up into decent shape. But it is one of those, like, he's cut up, he's still developing strength. And, like, balance and all different muscles. He's just cut his body fat percentage down a hell of a lot. And he's still in that building phase. But he was doing, like, handstands on a wall. And, like, it's like, oh yeah, I can get in, like, a couple push-ups. And I'm there just going, I've been doing that way longer than you. I'm doing this whole thing. Like, I've been doing it long enough to get out of shape and needing to get back into shape. So he was doing it against the wall. And I went, I wonder if I can still... and then Gail across the desk looked at me and went, still what? I wonder if I can still walk on my hands. And I was like, nah, I won't do it. It's in the middle of the office. It might be a bit too showy. Not quite OnlyFans. No. I'm not going there unless I decide to quit my job and get 20 quid a month. Off my very, very niche audience. But yeah, I was like, maybe I just see if I can still walk on my hands. But then decided not to because it was in the middle of the office. But then it kept playing on my mind. So eventually I was like, fuck it, I'm still going to keep wondering. I've got to do it. So I was like, I'm just going to apologize, but I need to know if I can. So then long story short, I still can walk on my hands. I'm still proud that I've still got that balance and core strength. But then he came out, he's like, nah, fuck that, I'm not quite that far. Because he was also, all the offices have like big glass windows, so he came out of his office, he's like, do that again. I need to see if, just to see if like there was some trick he was missing. He's like, I wasn't missing a trick, that's just a lot of practice. And I also, when he asked me to do it again, I had to show off a little bit more than just being like, oh yeah, I can walk on my hands. So I walked on my hands and did a little like spin and turned around just to be like, this isn't me just losing balance and trying to save it. I actually have control over myself doing it. And I was actually, wait, did I put a max law down? Oh, okay, apparently I did. I was thinking, did I just go to a load of encounters without the law? I was let down because we were also planning, as part of like a team morale thing, doing like a work sports day. Like proper school vibes of it. Of like relay runs and javelin toss and things like that. Just real simple stuff that we could maybe just like spend an hour of the day as like a team building exercise. It's like, yes, I get to show off the fact that I don't know how I built this up, by the way, but I'm pretty fast on my feet. I think I get to show off that I'm like fast as fuck, boy, sort of thing. Because I didn't actually used to be fast, but I think doing a lot of like calisthenics and plyometric training. Yeah, fighting them off. That's why I was single. I was just running away from them all. It was for their good. They couldn't handle me. Oh, that's the most bro thing I've ever said. Because I remember in school actually racing one of my friends who was actually pretty fast because he played rugby and he was a winger, so he had to be fast just to avoid being hit or caught. Yeah. It does just make sense after you get to know me a bit, doesn't it? So yeah, I had a race with him one day like after school and he just outpaced me by like a mile. Oh, missed that. But then I think it was while I was on holiday for my cousin's stag do in Spain, I think it was. I think it was in Tenerife. And we were on a beach. And by the way, running on a beach, it's great for just like exercise, running, just like jogging. If you're trying to get fast, it's an absolute pain. Your feet just like dig into every bit of soft sand. And you don't get nearly as much of a push. But I'm one of those, I don't brag a lot. And I don't really bring it up. No ways, like as much as you need to. Use the leg command if you really want to. Yeah. All of a sudden, like just out of nowhere, like, you know what? We want to know who's the fastest, and I don't brag. And I know this story's kind of going like everywhere, like stop starting. I apologize. So people don't expect me to be fast. Pretty much I had to catch myself up to where I was in the story. And there was a guy who, everyone was like, oh, I think it was like, not Andy, I want to say his name was Liam or something. I've only met this guy once. I didn't even really talk to him at the wedding. Terribly enough. I maybe said hello and that was it, like on the day. Although it was a busy day. But he basically, the sporty one of the group, the most like in shape at the time, I want to say. Well, not at the time, I was in shape, I just didn't show them. But he did sports and it came up a fair bit. And it was basketball of all things, so like, okay, he's probably quite fast. I outpaced him and I was so proud. And I was like, hang on a fucking minute, where did that come from? And even I was like, oh, I didn't realise I was that fast, because I never thought of myself as good at running. But because, like I say, I did so much like plyometric and calisthenic training, I apparently just built the right muscles up to be fast. Which is actually an issue for when I'm training. Because I've naturally built up like a faster pace. But I also have a dodgy ankle and apparently knee. Which is one of the things I need to go to the doctors to get checked. So when I go for like, if I go running, not in the gym on like a treadmill or anything, but like on the street or like outdoors, it'll do my ankle in if I actually keep to my natural pace. Because my natural pace is pretty fast. Well, not pretty fast, but faster than most, which means it's also a bit more impact on my ankle and my knee, which just flares up whatever injuries I've got that I haven't got sorted over the years. God damn it, Nidorino, why'd you have to be so big? So, it's a mental game if I ever go running outdoors or in the public to not... I have to always consciously run slower than I'm used to. And basically tell myself, you're not going for a run, you're going for a jog. Because if you go for a run, after one run you'll be done in and you won't be able to do another run the next day. Because basically if I do it, I can't run consistently. The only way I can do it consistently is if I force the pace on the treadmill to be slower, so I physically can't go faster and start running. Or if I go on like the elliptical or cross train or whatever you want to call it. Because there's no impact on that, it's just a thing going round and round and round. Which weirdly, that doesn't do my knee in, even though it's a lot more movement. Although to be fair, my knee was only a recent thing. Again, need to call the doctors up tomorrow. Get an appointment, get it checked. Get someone to help me sort it. Because my cousin and uncle are doing like a half marathon. And I'd love to do a half marathon at some point. I feel like a marathon's always been a bucket list thing for me to do. Which is why I always say I'd love to do it just for the point of if I can do a half, I'd have a good concept of if I could do a full marathon. But I know doing a half at this point would put me out for the count. Like, just training for it would put me out. But then also, doing half a marathon, just finishing it, I'd be done in for a week. Like, I might actually have to take time off work if I finished it. Like, if I actually managed to get through the training and do it, I'd have to take time off because of the injury that would cause. Which is annoying. Because I always say, like, oh yeah, I'm pretty in shape and I'm pretty fit, relatively healthy. But then there's that crap and I'm like, is that healthy? Not really, I guess. I suddenly got overly conscious of my window being open, but ayo. Neighbours just gigging in on the crap I'm chatting on stream. Or just thinking I'm talking to myself. Or I guess the best of a bad situation, assuming I'm talking to people on... They're all that. I was going to say Discord, but they may not know what Discord is. They may know what Skype is. They may know what MSN is. Probably assume I'm talking to people on AOL, depending on their age. Whatever one you default to. If you're younger, you assume Discord. No, actually no, I feel like Discord isn't an age thing. I feel like Discord's more what you're into sort of thing. Like if you're more into games and everything, you probably assume Discord. If not, your default may actually be Zoom or Skype. Or people just assume I'm on a really long FaceTime, like a 2-hour phone call. Which I don't think... Think about it, I've never had a 2-hour phone call that I'm aware of. I've definitely been on like Skype calls for hours and hours. Like, funnily enough, bud, you are not my first Canadian person I've talked to for ages. Used to talk to a Canadian girl for ages. I haven't talked to you for a while, but we definitely just went down different paths of interests at some point. Just got... I don't want to say crazy. I just feel like we went into very different worlds. And I was very much more a judgmental person when I was younger. The stuff she started to get into is all like... If you know what Lolita is... She was into that, and I just like, but got like heavily into that, where that was a daily style. And for some reason, I was very judgy. Right now, I'm just like, yeah, why not? Just having fun. And still an interesting person. Into the same stuff, as well as she had other interests. So why did I care? But apparently that was my hinging point on like, nah. Or like the straw that broke the camel's back. It's like, we can't talk because you like to dress in cute doll outfits and make yourself look like a child. Basically. Or like very... Not like a child. It's very much just make yourself a doll sort of look. It's an interesting thing to be into. But like I say, not the end of the world. And for me being me, why was I judging anyone for being weird? To be completely honest. It's not too far off cosplay, to be honest. It's more like... She basically did day-to-day cosplay. That's just something, I guess, as you get older, you just... As you get older and you become a granddad on the internet, you just give less fucks. Than fully internet granddad brain. I don't get a load of the things that kids use. And I get educated by the children's on how they do certain things. I only keep up with the fact that I'm actually pretty good with tech. Speaking of being good with tech, thank God I am. Because I think I mentioned this before. My laptop died in work. So I've been using a personal laptop in the meantime. Turned up into the office on, I want to say, Thursday. And set everything up, put my laptop, plugged it in on charger, didn't have to think about the battery all day, plugged it into the second monitor, set up my hard drive, turned it on, went to make myself a coffee. Because, obviously, start your day with a coffee. I have addictions. We don't start with healthy things, like exercise or water. Although I want to start my days with exercise. It's a routine I want to get into. But no. Went to go make myself a coffee and came back. And I see a blue message on the boot screen of my laptop. Like, oh no. This is my laptop as well. I have no backup for this. And it just said CMOS error. And I was like, okay. I know what a CMOS is. It's the bits of memory and it hinges on the little... I'd call it a watch battery, but like a CR2023 battery on the motherboard. I was like, okay, hopefully that's just died. But let's just try restarting it anyway. Would not restart. I was like, oh no. And I had to do laptop surgery essentially that day. And didn't have any tools on me but like a multi-tool. Have I got it with me? No, my wallet's downstairs. A little multi-tool credit card size thing that I keep in my wallet. That had a little screwdriver bit on it. That I probably, if it had a longer extension bit, would have been able to do the whole thing with it. Oh, I thought that was a shiny then. Sitting it around. It's just a female. But yeah, I got most of the screws out with my little multi-tool card thing. But couldn't get 3 of the screws out. So just... my line manager was out that day looking at cars because she's had to buy a new car. So I just looked at the other girl that was in. I was like, I'm going to drop a message in chat, but I have to go home, get my tools. Also, I know what the error might be, so I also have to get something that I know we didn't have in the office, which was the little watch battery. And basically do laptop surgery that day. And I thought it was just going to be take the bottom case off of the laptop and change the battery because it'll be on show. Was not that simple. Essentially, it was take the bottom case of the laptop off with all the screws. Then take... I'm getting some of this confused with actually changing the case of the Switch. It's like, did I take a heatsink off? Which now I'm second guessing myself. I think I did actually have to take one of the heatsinks off. Because the little battery that I had to get to was under the keyboard. So it was unscrew the bottom bit of the case, unscrew the motherboard, and try and remember where all the screws went. Which also meant I had to unscrew... Yeah, I did have to unscrew heatsinks because they were nailing down the motherboard to the upper bit of the case. On standoffs, basically. Remember where all this went. Unscrew fans, unpin ribbon cables. All being like, this is a bit more complicated than undoing a Joy-Con. But made a mental note of everything. And I didn't even manage to get everything fully unscrewed because there was still apparently some stuff. Like probably just some adhesive that I wasn't fully comfortable pulling harder on just in case I bent the motherboard and broke traces. So I got enough room that I could pull the CMOS battery out. Again, little watch battery about that big. And it was connected by like positive and negative wires. So I also pulled that out with tweezers. Pulled this thing off which was on by double-sided tape. So I was like, I think I'm breaking stuff. But no, it's fine. thankfully. Cut open the heat shrink, disconnected the 2 wires, and I don't have a soldering iron or anything, which you shouldn't solder to a watch battery anyway. I didn't have heat shrink that was big enough to hold the wire onto the battery, so let's hope some normal household sellotape holds those connectors on good enough, and just wrapped it as tight as I could. Wrapped the heat shrink that it cut as much as I could around the battery so it didn't make contact with the board or like short anything. Wrap more tape around that to hold that on. And then hope for the best. Got some double-sided tape, stuck it back to the motherboard. Put the pin, or like the little positive negative wires, connected them back to the motherboard, and hope for the best while it was still open. Like, screwed some stuff back down. And my heart was in my throat. I'd be like, please work, please work, please work. Because it's my own personal laptop. It was also the laptop I was using to edit the last of the alchemy video. So I was like, if this doesn't work, I also can't edit the next videos or like the shiny YouTube shorts or anything. And I have to pay out more money for a new computer. So I was like, just please work so I can actually earn my wage and also keep making videos. And I managed to that's alright. Long story short, I opened my laptop and I was trying to save it, and I got to the point where I did the fix and I turned it back on, and there was that moment of like, please, 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 like fingers crossed, touch wood sort of moment. And I got to the boot up screen. It's like, oh, thank God. Like, well, actually, no, I didn't get to it immediately. It also didn't turn on. Like, the screen took a little bit longer to boot because the CMOS had just been reset. But then eventually, the laptop boot up screen came on. And thank God it did. I was like, okay, it at least works. I know the screen's connected and everything's connected enough that I got a boot screen. But it wasn't booting into Windows, it was still getting errors. So I googled the error code that was coming up, got into the BIOS settings, changed it, so essentially everything had been set to default because the CMOS had been swapped. And I just had to change it to UEFI boot, apparently, whatever that means. So it would find my boot drive. My God, that was... So I want to say I got into the office at 8:30. I got back to the office at 12:30. This was almost like 3.5 hours of me trying to solve my issue and fix my laptop. Which hopefully next week I get my normal work laptop back. So then I can have my other laptop constantly set up as basically an edit device. Honestly, I only need the laptop for work, and if I can get a gaming PC for everything else, just to make 1, more options for streams, 2, I can actually edit videos on a PC again. Yeah, work's nice in the fact that it pays me to do other things. But they pay for that laptop. It just happens to the fact that OneDrive bricked my work laptop, because OneDrive is the worst thing ever and never use it. Because one thing I would do was if I uploaded a file to OneDrive. Yeah, we hit, well, obviously we hit 24 hours 24 minutes ago. We've been doing this challenge for 24 hours, think of it that way. We spent 20 hours almost just getting both diglets. That's ridiculous. But yeah, back on OneDrive. If you upload a file, it will tell you it's uploading twice the data, because essentially it is loading half the data onto the server, but also half the data onto your drive. Although it actually syncs it. So it only actually needs to use half the data to upload to a portion of your hard drive to then upload to the server. It's the worst. And essentially what OneDrive did was fill up my C drive on my laptop, so the laptop wouldn't boot, and it corrupted core files while it was doing that. So yeah, that's why my work laptop bricked itself. And I'm very conscious of not bricking my own laptop, because then I have to get that fixed. But fingers crossed, touch wood, work laptop comes back next week, and I can get on with editing videos now. It's just the effort of like setting my laptop up constantly, like tearing it down, setting it up. When that's back, I'll have it basically constantly set up, and I'll just swap cables about. So just swap a monitor cable out anytime I want to use my laptop and keyboard. I've just had, like, I just felt a dip in energy. Like, usually I have a slow decline into, okay, getting tired. Nah, fully just went, yes, no. And I'm debating doing what I brought up a while ago. That I got very judged for, rightly so, like, late night gym session. God, as soon as I throw the ball. Debating doing a later night gym session. Because I think it was yesterday my membership started back up. I think I either do a later night or I get up early in the morning before I head off to work and do a session. Which I'd get it out the way if I do it tonight, but also I start the week with a workout. So just for nice succinctness, maybe. I also need to go buy Pokeballs. Oh, my neck. Yeah, I'm in 2 months. I also have to get up extra early tomorrow if I do, because I've got a longer drive. So I have to get up extra early to go to the gym and then drive to Preston, which is an hour drive for me. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to get on Charizard and go to the Pokemon. Yeah, just do like an IRL drive. It would be an hour stream with terrible signal that will connect for maybe 5 minutes. What's a holiday for you tomorrow? Because I'm assuming it's a very Canadian holiday. We've just had a bank holiday last week. And that was our last bank holiday, I want to say, for the rest of the year. Until near Christmas. Keeping an eye out for any Pokemon that spawn on my way to the Pokemon. This was the best thing they did, transport wise, in any Pokemon game. Just like as soon as you beat the league, you just get to fly on certain Pokemon. Oh, I'm also here to sell. Oh yeah, you just got Thanksgiving. Mighty candy apparently. Yeah, we don't get Remembrance Day. Like, we get the whole, like, we spend, I want to say, a minute silence. That's about all we do for Remembrance Day. Which, fun fact, that is my brother's birthday. It's really hard to remember. Really hard to forget, not remember. And it actually got me almost in trouble in school once. Because he was also born around, I want to say, this could be me misremembering. Born around 11 o'clock. So I just kind of like rounded it to, oh, I'll set a reminder for my brother's birthday on the 11th of the 11th at 11 o'clock. Which me not thinking as like a kid in year 7 or like I think grade 8 for you. Because if that's right, it's always like grade 8 is year 7 for us. Me not thinking, oh yeah, it might be a minute silence at that time, so not the best time to set a reminder. But kid brain just didn't think of that, did it? But God knows I did not set that reminder the next year. I'm also, just a random thought, because we've got the DLC announcement for the 13th. Well, not the announcement for the 13th. Teal Mask is coming out the 13th of this month. And they usually release a new Pokemon game around my birthday. With 14th of November. Like Scarlet and Violet was the 18th. I want to say BDSP was early in the year. I feel like Arceus was around my birthday as well. I can't remember. One or the other. I'm just going to take a guess now. Like, stab in the dark, but maybe an educated guess. The second DLC is going to be around then. Because they've got such a cadence for release that they've kept to. Even though in interviews... Actually, no. The interview didn't actually say they weren't going to stop the release schedule. It just said, we're going to try and up the quality. Because the quality hasn't been as good released on the schedule, so we're going to try and up the quality. They never said they're actually going to go off schedule. But yeah, I'm kind of calling that the DLC will be around my birthday time. Which would be sick. I'd love that. For obvious reasons. I get my birthday off, plus more Pokemon. And it will give me a good excuse to book a day off work. Because they're usually released to the end of the week as well. They're never released on like a weekend. Stupidly. They kind of give people all weekend to play it, but they're released on like a Thursday or a Friday. I just got lucky with the release of Scarlet and Violet that I wasn't in work at the time. So I think I booked the days off. Either booked the days off or I got let go from my last job and had the crossover period between my last job and my current job. I am really hoping these DLCs coming though are like Sword and Shield, where they basically make the game. Because base game Sword and Shield wasn't great, but Crown Tundra and Isle of Armor, they kind of reinvigorated me to play the game. And if anything, they were what got me through to the idea of making a living dex. Because I feel like if it was just base game Sword and Shield, definitely wouldn't have started my living dex. Because, one, the sheer lack of Pokemon in the game. The fact that by the end of the dex there's like 600 that you could get in Sword and Shield. I feel like, yeah, 600, something like 640 I want to say. Which, if it was at the base like 380 maybe. You got me probably just as I drank that then as well. Yeah, the whole Dexit thing, because they added more in the DLCs, it made it feasible to do a lot of the living decks without having to go back to a lot of the old games. Which is, there's something I keep having to tell myself, I don't need it right now. which is a 3DS or like just a DS capture card in general. Probably a 3DS capture card because I want to get a GameCube with the Game Boy adapter, and that means I can play pretty much any game. At that point, any of the Pokemon games from any of the generations, as long as I have physical media. Because I think someone in the comments pointed out for the Live Index video the fact that it would have been way faster in Sun and Moon to get the legendaries, just purely by going through the wormholes rather than going to like the max raid adventures. It's like, yeah, it would have, but purely for the fact that I wanted to record as much of it as possible after I decided I wanted to do it, meant I was just stuck with the max raid adventures, which took so long. I mean, I literally documented the days. I think it took over a week just to do the legendaries. Thankfully, like I've said in the video, there wasn't much of a crossover because they have a weird, like, you can't get multiple in a row system. Just still need to at some point do the director commentary type video, which I might, depending on what I decide to do on the release day of the DLC, I might start it just I might do 2 streams that day. I might start it just before midnight and play through the DLC, just get so far in. Also just so I can watch some DLC stuff through the day, because I'd be at an event but I won't be doing much, admittedly. I'd just be standing there taking video, and then a lot of the samey stuff will happen. So basically get to take a break until something interesting happens, and just gotta keep like half an eye out. So depending on how I'm feeling, I might do a stream just before it goes live at 12 for me. I might do like director's commentary beforehand, just to kind of keep myself awake if anything. And then when I get back, after I finish work, either continue playing it or, depending on how long it is, start completing the decks. They may be way more feasible. Because depending on how it is, I might have to complete the DLC twice. Unless I organise with you guys and you trade me the Pokemon, and I just have to basically breed it to get my OT. And then I wouldn't have to play through it all again. Just save me some time so I could feasibly get some sleep before I've then got to drive down to Kent. Oh, and also next weekend, which I really should have done this weekend, I have to actually buy suit stuff. Completely slipped my mind that I have to look for shirts and pants and that. I've got shoes and everything, that's fine. But shirts, shoes, ties to actually go down for the wedding. And I realised we're after an hour. So I'm going to see what number. Like, I want to end on a nice round number. We're on 154. This will be 155. I might give it another 10 encounters. Try and find that shiny so Ray and Majora get all the points. Because Bud was way too confident that I wouldn't get one. And to be fair, I was with you, Bud. But it would be funny if if I did find the shiny now. And it would mean that next stream I would be able to then go through with the solo shiny run, because I still haven't actually gotten further with that. So I need to run through and get up to Eternatus. Do I get up to 160 or do I say like 2 hours 15? 2 hours 15 feels nice and round. I'm gonna say 2 hours 15 because I feel like I am gonna go over the 160. Definitely. 3 of them. Which just more encounters to prove Bud wrong. And isn't that what we're here for? Is to just prove people wrong and encourage betting with fake money. Like when you start dealing in Monopoly money and you're like, I'll give you this for this. Like beyond, literally under the table deals. It's like, if you give me that, I'll give you like 500 Monopoly money. Or doing like bank fraud if for the person who assigns himself as a banker, because no one's ever assigned to be the banker. It's always someone who assigns himself to be the banker. Like, I'll do it because they know they're gonna commit credit fraud at some point if they need to. They'll play legitimately up to a point. 159. Just looking, how many total am I on? Because if I'm at 159 now, I realise I could look what my hunt was up to, because this is the original save I tried to do this hunt on. I don't think it'd be that high because I was just waiting for them to spawn. And Weeping Bell's at 55. Oh, and I didn't look at the total. I can look at the total for this one. The total probably got up to like 31 and then just kind of left it, probably, if I had to guess. Just sat on Charizard basically and waited for a shiny to spawn, which is surprising now that I got as many shinies as I did. 414. Okay, I actually caught a fair few. Probably still in a decent combo. That's like 300 odd. Which by 300 I would have expected to maybe get a shiny. Although after Diglett, like, anything's possible. Thinking. Yeah, so I was just thinking what I want to do just wise with what I want to do wise with Weeping Bell, and probably evolve it this stream just for the sake of, actually no, I was thinking for the sake of thumbnail, but the thumbnail will have Diglett, Bellsprout and Weeping Bell, and then if I don't find the shiny next stream I can always do the cop out and evolve to Victory Bell. And then I'll have a shiny for the thumbnail. Yeah, I think I'm going to play it that way. Because thinking I might end the stream by evolving it, but no. I like that. Play the system a little bit by being able to throw a shiny technically into the thumbnail. And what are we putting bets on? Because it's going to be a longer prediction because it's still a while off. Are we going to find a Nidoran before Victory Bell? Because I don't think we'll find him on this stream. Before Victory Bell gets to level 100. Because if it's 3 of them, I'm going to say we're probably not going to find one before it gets to level 100. Or we're not going to find all of them before it gets to level 100, I mean. If it's just one, there's potential. I just realized, how low am I in the camera? Oh my god. You need to let me know when I'm like disappearing out of frame. Just slipping below the timer. Admittedly not for the stream, but just so the footage looks. Oh, I'm yawning. It doesn't look like a late night session in order. late night gym sesh. Yeah, need to make sure it looks good for when I throw stuff into the video. Admittedly, I also shouldn't be with my legs up as I am, just fully reclined. But it's a chill vibe. $166. Can I get to 175 before it gets to 2 hours 15? Not with the way these are spawning. And not with the way the frame rate's going. That was a risky one. I was expecting him to attack the ball. Hey, Ruby, you are here just right at the end. Still appreciate you being here. We, just an update for you. We found a shiny Diglett in between streams. And we're now leveling up a shiny Bellsprout to see if that gets to level 100 before I find Nidoran. Because Nidoran is the last of the reclaims I have to do. Which also, another opinion to the bowl. Another, yeah. I would like your opinion on what I should go for. Because I'm going for Nidoran. Because that was technically my hunt when I originally did it. But my overall goal, it was going to be a Nidoking. So, do you think I should just hunt the Nidoran on its own, and then when I get that, consider the challenge done? Or I do, obviously, in the Living X, just not shiny. I have a normal Ninetales shiny that is now level 100. Yeah. Should I go for the single Nidoran and consider it done? Or should I go for the Nidoran line? Considering my overall goal was a... that was actually a plan. Okay, your opinion is a line. See, that's kind of what I want to do. More cause if I get one, I'm going to do the shiny short for it anyway. I might do the line. It depends when I get the video done. But I do like the idea of a line. But all the Alolan forms, like you're saying, I'm going to try and do them in this game. Yeah, we do have a very similar, like, collector / completionist format of brain. But yeah, I was going to hunt all, like, the Alolan forms in this game just for the sake of... I've done it with Annihilate, where it's from Kanto. So I hunted 3 Mankey in this game, but evolved 1 in Scarlet and Violet, but it's still from Kanto. Yeah, that is true, but I can justify so many things to myself. We are also past 2 hours 15. Okay, that just popped up. Last check. Some of the amiibo was so good, especially the later ones, like when they did Yoshi's Woolly World and the fact that that was a wool amiibo. And even some of the Tears of the Kingdom amiibos look pretty good. And then they did some bigger ones, didn't they? Yeah, amiibos are dangerous. 171. God, Skyland. I feel like Skylanders is way more my style. So, what are we on combo-wise? Let's see where we're ending this. Like, I'm gonna pause the timer there on 24:49. How many Diglett did I end up looking at? 1770. Box figure for Skylanders? I mean, did you actually... Okay, here's a question. Did you actually play Skylanders? Or was it just collecting? Oh god, yeah, I've watched who was it? Scott DeWaz's one on that. Like, it was just a gold version of the same figure everyone could get, wasn't it? What was it? Oh, Nidoran. 424. It doesn't tell me what my catch combo is. 171. Oh, right. Was no, the 2014 one was the double one then, wasn't it? I'm also gonna dip into this screen and play a bit of background music. Right at the end of a song, apparently. Ooh, we're into some post with music. Yeah, that was like the Cabanan one. Oh, right, that's an old one. Everything's set up there. Sweet. It just seems stupid that it was only the box. Yeah, you caught right at the end of the stream. It is really hot in this room, so I need to go cool down and just mind shut off for a little bit. Yeah, it's not just the box, but like the in-game stuff. But like for the collector bit, like when you don't play the game, that's a bit where you'd have to explain to people like, no, there is a difference. It's just in-game, like no cosmetic difference when it's on a shelf, so it just looked like the normal figure. Which at the end of the day, anything like that, it always ends up being like, how does it look on the shelf? Yeah, to be fair, that makes sense now. I think that is where we're going to end it today, though. And just because you ain't here, you get to see. I love the fact that it's hidden Brandon. But you saw this in the Discord. The hidden Brandon. Right in there. So I can show people. I want to just realise the SD card matches my colour scheme. It's such a clean colour scheme. Honestly, in my opinion, way better than the Mario one they released. Because I get the nice clean white dock with the red and white accents. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. If you still want to keep chatting, I'll be in the Discord. But that's going to be it for today's stream. I catch you next Wednesday. Yeah. If there's anyone you want to raid, there's only 3 of us, but if you want to raid someone, you've got suggestions. I'm getting the command ready. Oh, Ray just reminded me because it's in your name, or like in your icons. Let's choose the outcome, and we didn't find the shiny this stream. We just happened to have it on the team. Let's go on my phone actually and see who's live. I'm not going to be popping into the stream because, like I said, it is too hot to actually bear anymore. There's no one in my following live that I want to raid. So unless anyone's got suggestions, I think I'm just going to leave it for today. Give it a couple minutes for the delay. Oh, music dip. I've Sword and Shield battle music. I kept it thematic. It's all Sword and Shield music today. Wait, no. I didn't keep it thematic because we're not hunting in Sword and Shield. Oh. I went to copy and paste and the message came up. Yeah, cool. We can raid them. I'm just going to apologise for not jumping in on the raid. Like I said, I'm tired and hot. But send them all my best and I'll catch you on Wednesday.